What's good, everybody? It's Bro Hamza, and today, guys, I'm coming to you with a brand new video. But before we get into that, guys, please, let's try and get 15 likes on this video. I know we can do it, guys. You've been crushing it, so let's keep up the great work. Again, subscribe if you have not already, because we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And again, comment what you guys want to see next, because I always reply to every single comment, guys. So please go ahead and leave a comment on the video so I can let you guys know how I feel about a specific thing. But anyways, guys, check out all the socials down below as well. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so now starting off with the deck profile. Like I said before, this is a direct follow-up to our last video. Again, stay tuned, guys, because I will be giving proper explanation, so don't just click off the video right now. If you screenshot it, that's pretty snake. But anyways, starting off with the video, guys, we are playing triple Gishki Grim. So now, like I said, this is the new card released in Photon Hypernova, or one of them, but this is probably the main one that you want. He says, if you ritual summon exactly one water ritual monster with a card effect that requires use of monsters, this card can be used as the entire requirement. So he's kind of similar to, I think it was Shurit, the Necros guy, who can like be used as the whole tribute, similar to the Jin cards as well. This card, if this card is normal or special summon, now this is the main effect. If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one Gishki monster from your deck except Gishki Grim, but you are restricted. You cannot declare attacks for the rest of the turn except with ritual monsters, which honestly isn't even that bad, because the main reason why you'd be using this effect is going first, or when you reborn him off Sprite Elf for like more follow-up play, so you don't really need to worry about that. Again, the main effect that he has is when he's normal special summoned, you can special summon any Gishki monster from your deck, and Gishki is like a GX era deck, I think, or maybe before that, or maybe a little bit after that. I don't know the exact, but there are no once per turns in that deck. Honestly, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, moving on from Gishki Grim, we play triple Gishki Abyss. Now this is the other abused card in this deck. This card says, when this card is summoned, you can add one Gishki monster with 1000 or less defense from your deck to your hand, except itself, of course. This is important because Gishki Grim can special summon out Abyss, and if you guys saw the combo video, and I'll have it like up here, wherever the card is, over here somewhere, essentially we abuse Gishki Abyss because this is not a once per turn. The only thing to understand with this guy is he is a win effect, so if it's like a chain link 2 situation, Gishki Abyss will miss timing. So just make sure that when you're triggering Gishki Abyss, it's kind of like in an open game state and you use him. You should be good anyways, otherwise. But yeah, so triple Abyss, triple Gishki Grim, then we also play triple Gishki Shadow. Now Shadow says, if you ritual summon exactly one water ritual monster with a card effect that requires monsters, this card can be used as the entire requirement. So similar to Grim, Shadow has the same effect, although Shadow's other effect is you can discard this card and add one Gishki ritual spell card from your deck to your hand. Now Shadow is very good for that regard as well. He's at level 4. In my opinion, he's the better one, I would say, just because you actually want to open him, because the ritual spell is very important in this deck, especially because there are multiple ways of getting different ritual spells, as I'll explain later on, and each ritual spell has a unique effect. So yeah, you play triple Gishki Shadow, you can probably put him to 2 and then put the next guy up to 3. It just, for me personally, I felt like this is the right ratio. But yeah, moving on, then we do play the double Gishki Vision. Now this card you actually use in your combo, so maybe playing 3 of this and 2 of the Shadow or whatever. It's up to you guys. Like I said, for my deck files are skeletons. But yeah, Gishki Vision says is if you ritual summon exactly one water ritual monster, this guy's the entire tribute, like Grim, like Shadow. But Vision has the effect where you can discard him and get one Gishki ritual monster from your deck to hand. So the reason why I'm only playing 2 Vision, as you guys can see, I'm only playing 2 ritual monsters, or just one of the same type. If you were going to play, like, I think it's like the Mind August or whatever this guy named, Gust Kraken, yeah, if you play Gust Kraken, all those guys, you can up Gishki Vision to more, because seeing multiple and then searching the other one is pretty good, because then you can get double effects or whatever. But again, Gishki Vision, just a 2 of, it's pretty good. But now moving on to the new card in Photon Hypernova, so one of the other new cards, Grim's one of them. This guy, Eva Gishki Nirmana he is pretty OP as well, because his effect is, or her effect is, I think it's a girl, because she's like riding the little fishy, but whatever. Her effect says you can summon this card with any Gishki ritual spell. This card is ritual summoned. You can target one water monster in your graveyard and special summon it. A cool thing about this is that it doesn't say special summon it in defense position or face down or something, so you can special summon any water monster, so it could be a link monster as well. Cannot be destroyed at battle with a monster special summoned from the extra deck. So this is another underrated effect, especially when you have a 3k attacker. It's pretty difficult to remove this monster, honestly. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, return one Gishki ritual monster you control to the hand, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do that, shove that card into the deck. So this card is good for obvious reasons. One, again, it's very easy special summon. You can use any Gishki ritual. Second one is it's a free monster born. Third, it can't be destroyed by battle with a monster specimen from the extra deck. And fourth, if you're going to negate, you can bounce any Gishki ritual monster to your hand, negate and shuffle. Not negate and destroy, not negate and banish, not negate and return to hand. You shuffle it back into the deck, which is really good, especially when you're negating extra deck monsters who are trying to just out your board. So this card is very good. But that's it for the Gishki, guys. We play 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Gishki monsters. You can play more, but in my personal opinion, I don't think there's a need to play any more than these guys. This is crazy. Now moving on to the Sprite engine, guys. It is a little Sprite engine. We play triple Sprite Blue. Sprite Blue says is if you control a level 2 rank 2 monster, special summon this card from your hand, you can only special summon them once per turn this way. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Sprite monster from your deck to your hand, except Sprite Blue. But this is where most of our combos kind of deviate from, and this is how we kind of get the bigger and juicier combos. You'll summon Blue, and Blue will get Jet, and Jet has the exact same summoning requirements as Blue. All the Sprite monsters do, but its second effect is this: if this card is special summoned, you can add 1 Sprite spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So again, Blue gets the monster, and then the monster becomes Jet. Jet gets a spell and trap card, and how you extend your plays, how you get more disruptions. So Jet is very good as well. And then the final card we play is Carrot. Now Carrot is very similar, but Carrot, you contribute it, and then you can negate the activation of a spell or trap card. So that's pretty good as well, because again, if you see, and like I showed in the combos before, we have a lot of monster negates, don't have a lot of spell and trap negates, so playing the 1 Carrot is good. Now again, this is a very small sort of sprite package. I have seen decks that play heavier sprites and less Gishkis. I just felt like this is a better way to showcase the Gishki cards, but for sure you can choose to play the sprites. But now moving on to the last monsters, it is Beautiful Princess. Now this is kind of a flex option. You guys can just cut this card completely and just play something else. But Beautiful Princess is pretty good in what she does, because she's essentially a lone Fire Blossom. When this card is normal special summoned, you can banish this card, special summon 1 level 4 or lower fish type monster from your deck, except herself. You can only use this effect once per turn. Now I felt like this was a pretty good inclusion just to showcase you guys the combo. You can go normal summon Beautiful Princess, go normal summon effect banish, and summon out Grim, and then Grim will trigger, right? So we're essentially playing 5 copies of Grim, so there's 2 more copies of Grim. So I feel like it's a pretty nice addition. Do you need to play it? Maybe not. Being a level 1 is a little weird. If it was level 2, it'd be kind of OP. But yeah, then moving on to the last monsters, we play our triple Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. So that rounds off the monsters at 21. Moving on to the spell cards, guy, we end up playing triple Pot of Prosperity, just because you don't go through a lot of cards in your next deck, honestly and genuinely. So being able to go Pot of Prosperity for 3 and getting your consistency cards is very good. This deck is very consistent. It doesn't really struggle on consistency, so you can technically cut Pot of Prosperity and play more gold second cards, but just being able to get your combos is the main thing you want to do in this type of deck. You can play triple Talents. Again, you can put in like Dark Rulers for this as well, but I feel like Talents are just so OP. It's so broken. When there are cards like Happiness and the Bishop and stuff like that, Talents can really just run away with games when your opponent hand traps you. And then this card is absolutely crazy. This is the reason why I'm saying that this deck is so consistent, is Aqua Mirror Focalization. Now this card says you can add 1 Gishki monster from your deck to your hand. During the end phase, if you control a water ritual monster, you can banish this card, set 1 Aqua Mirror spell trap card from your deck or graveyard except itself. You can only use this effect once per turn. The Rhoda, like I showed in my combo video, is not once per turn. So you can open triple Gishki Focalization, use all 3 of them. You can literally use all 3 of them. Also, this card is during the end phase. If you control a water ritual monster, it doesn't say during the end phase this card was sent to the graveyard. So technically speaking, if you do open multiples and you still have Nirmana on the field each turn, he'll just keep on setting. I mean, you don't play a lot of other targets, but it's just something to consider the back of your mind. But yeah, so basically you're playing triple Grim, then you're playing 2 Beautiful Princess, that's 5 more Grim, and then you're playing 3 of these guys, so that's 11 Grim. Oh no, that does not how math works. Then you're playing 8 Grim. Yeah, playing 8 Grim plus Pot Prosperity, that can dig you 6 card deeper, so the odds of you finding Grim are absolutely crazy. But yeah, so that's it for like the power spells, I would say. Now moving on to the one-ofs, we play the 1 Gishki Aqua Mirror. Now this card is pretty good. Again, generic ritual spell, you contribute it from the hand or field. Its effect is you can shuffle this card from your graveyard into the deck, target 1 Gishki ritual monster, and add it to your hand. Then we have Ice Mirror. So Ice Mirror is the card that you're really searching in your follow plays, because Ice Mirror can tribute monsters from either side of the field as long as it's a face-up monster your opponent controls. And then you lose life points equal to a summon monster. Its effect is if this card is in your graveyard, you can place a Gishki monster at the top of your deck and then place this card at the bottom of your deck, so it's pretty good. And then Photo Mirror is the one that like you really use almost always, because it's a guaranteed special summon, because you don't even need monsters, you just pay your life points. The life points is steep, but if you can kill your opponent, it doesn't matter. And then moving on to the last card we play is the 1 Sprite Starter. Now again, we play the 1 Sprite Starter just specifically for like a consistency card. You don't have to play this, like I said before. It's also a combo extender, because when you go blue into Jet, Jet into Sprite Starter summon out Carrot, so it's a nice little way of doing that little loop as well. So having the 1 Sprite Starter is pretty good. You can substitute this card for anything, as I'll show you guys later on. Then play the triple Imperm, because Imperm is going to be very good in the Photon Hypernova format when you're dealing with cards like the Cashier deck. And again, it's pretty good on Kick Hallows as well, Moe, stuff like that. And then we played the 1 Aqua Mirror Illusion, which basically lets you special summon 1 Gishki Ritual monster, but it returns during the end phase. And then we played the 1 Sprite Double Cross. Now, Double Cross is the card I chose over Smashers. Honestly, I feel like it's a little better. You can definitely play Smashers and just call it a day. But Spright Double Cross is pretty good because it says target one monster on the field or in either graveyard. Attach the targeted to one rank 2 monster you control, so extra material. Place the targeted monster your opponent controls in your zone your link monster points to, or special summon the target from either graveyard to your zone your link monster points to. So it's pretty good. That's the main deck, guys, 41. Now I'm just going to quickly talk about the other options that you guys have in your deck. So like I showed in my combo, you guys can choose to play the Swap Frog and totally awesome. Although it is a weird combo just because there's no Ronin Totem anymore. I don't know how good this is personally, but I do think that having double tone negate, it's pretty nice in that regard. Then we played the one Spright Smasher. Like I said before, you can substitute this card for starter. You can just throw Spright Smashers in. You can cut double Botanical Princess and just play Spright Smashers, and that'll be that. We played the one Spright Red, so again, you can play a heavier account having an additional monster negate. You can play the Nimble package as well, which it's not bad, honestly. It makes Sprint a lot better as well, because you can just mill this and then just extend your play through that. But then I don't think the Nimble cards are good because they're essentially bricks. They don't really do much in your hand, especially Angler. And then you can play a heavier Ritual account, which is like with Gust Kraken, Gust Kraken, Mind August. You can also play Cross Sheep as well because you draw 2, discard 2. And then the new card we got is Dynamond. So this card is also in Photon Hypernova. I believe this card is special summon. Try one card on the field, one ritual monster in your graveyard, and shuffle both those cards into the deck. So it's pretty good. He's made by using 2 ritual monsters, so you'll always have the ability to shuffle back. Then he has the other fact where you can trip this card, target one ritual monster in your graveyard, add to your hand, or special summon it. So Dynamond is a pretty OP card, so you can definitely play that. But now, moving on to the extra guys, you play double Spright Elf, play the one Spright Sprint. Now Sprint is okay. There's not a lot of level 2 monsters that you want to send from your deck to your graveyard, so like maybe if you don't want to play Sprint, you don't want to play Sprint, you can get rid of Sprint, you can put in like a Dynamond or something instead. Yeah, I kind of like that more just because you're not playing the Nimbles. You don't really have anything good to Foolish off this, but it does have the effect where like you can detach one material from the XYZ monsters you control and then like bounce a monster, so that's pretty good. But yeah, the one Dynamond, the one IP Masquerena, which is like the first turn play we go through. Nightmare Unicorn just for additional protection and disruptions with this. Appaloosa, again, IP into Appaloosa. Access code to kill. Avermax, which is another unique card that you can go like IP into Avermax, and it's very hard to out. The one Underworld Goddess, so again, IP, get rid of one of their opponent's monsters. Then we play double Gigantic Spright. Now this is again the main engine, it helps you summon from deck. Herald of Pure Light for the combo, but again having the recursion is pretty nice as well. The one Gin Buster, and then we play the Downward and the Zeus package as well, because again we want this deck to be as competitive as possible, and being able to go Downward Zeus is pretty nice, especially when you have like double cross. So like you negate something, you double cross the Gin Buster, during your turn you go Downward over, and then you go Zeus over, and now you can detach 2, so it's pretty good in that regard as well. So yeah guys, that was the deck profile. If you guys have any other suggestions, please let me know down below. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So guys, that was it for the video. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe if you made it to the end of the video and you are not yet subscribed, because you might as well, because you love me so much. And without further ado guys, my name is Hamza, and like I always say, keep on shining, never go on your dreams. Peace.